All right, so we're going to start with the 2023 business plan. Thanks for your patience there. We had a little technical difficulty with Zoom and the live stream on Facebook. Sometimes they just don't jive and there's a technical issue that pops up there. So thanks for waiting that out for a couple of minutes. We're back in action. So I'm glad you joined today. We're going to go through kind of a high-level overview of your 2023 business plan for tree service. This is going to be kind of a quick one with just kind of like high-level bullet points and kind of a general topic type scenario. And we're going to go into a deep dive next week, next Friday at 2 p.m. on your 2023 digital marketing plan, which is everything about what you need to be doing with online marketing for next year and put all those pieces together. But for today, I just wanted to do a quick one about kind of what are the most five, important things to kind of focus on in your tree service business for next year. While you wind down for the holidays and maybe for December, if you have some downtime, slow time, some companies are going full steam ahead. So you may be one of those companies that's going full steam ahead. But just if you have a little downtime, just maybe take a look at some of these things that will benefit your company for next year. And so this will be kind of a general overview of that. So number one, take a look at your personnel and your staff right now as it sits with your tree service business. So maybe you started a year ago. Maybe you started 5 years ago and you've been putting together your team at your tree service company and you've got some key personnel in place. Maybe there's one other person that would help you kind of plug the gaps in your business to help you run more smoothly, more efficiently, have somebody to coordinate things. Number one, maybe look for an office manager, someone who can come in, organize your business, answer the phones, coordinate the jobs, dispatch the jobs, get the calendar synced up with some tools and things like that to help you guys just be a little bit more efficient to where you kind of know what's going on every day. And what this helps you do too is reduce your overhead costs, because now you're not just throwing everything up against the wall and hoping some stuff sticks. You're actually coordinated in your office, in your business to do that. And so when you have an office manager or anybody who can just kind of like piece the business together, right? From the phone calls coming in to dispatching the jobs, to coordinating all of that stuff, can really help your business grow when you kind of can do that. So that may be somebody that you're looking for, right? Maybe you've gotten busy enough to where you as the owner are just too busy to answer the phones as calls come in. So maybe you're missing half the calls. So that may be something to look for. Maybe you need to hire an answering service for that, and that would help you kind of eliminate missing a lot of those calls. Another thing you might be looking for is maybe we need to put a second crew out in the field for next year. And you've got some equipment, you just haven't gotten that person yet. So maybe it's time to look at, putting some job offers out there. I know Facebook Marketplace right now for hiring is working pretty well. So you can set up Facebook ads for your tree service company to bring in people that are interested in working for your tree service company. And it's pretty easy as far as like the targeting goes. It's just maybe a 6 to 10 mile radius around your tree service office where the person that sees the ad would be a local person. Maybe you want to send it out 20 miles or so, depending on your marketplace and your area. Some places there's higher population than others, but that's just something to think about, right? Maybe personnel and staff. Who is it that you need to focus on for next year? Maybe now is a really good time to start putting those plans in place to get somebody for that position that is going to ultimately help you kind of break through and kind of get to that next level in your tree company. And I can tell you can't do this alone. So your team and your staff and your personnel is going to be very important for your growth in the future. And I really think that, a lot of tree companies that we see out there, they don't have an office manager or somebody who just kind of pieces everything together, right? There's so many moving parts and balls being juggled every day in a tree service business and any business for that matter. And so having an office manager that knows how to do all of those things is really, really key to your growth if you want to add 2 crews, 3 crews to your business and just really keep expanding. So look for the people that you might need to hire. Maybe you just need more grounds people, right? And things like that for your business. So maybe you need another, crew lead, somebody who can run a crew, drive to the job sites, run a crew. Maybe you're big enough now where you need a salesperson, right? You've gotten big enough. You're getting 100, 200 leads a month in your tree service business. Maybe not right this minute because it's cold season, but during the other 9 months out of the year, you're busy. You're really busy. You got lots of calls coming in. Your business is flourishing. Maybe now it's time to hire a salesperson to go out and give these estimates in the field. That way, can free up your time to just, go do the work as it gets scheduled, right? That just frees up a lot of your time too. So just little things like that. So number one, your personnel and your staff. Maybe you want to look at that. Number two, is equipment and financing the equipment in the new year for 2023. So maybe you've gotten to the point in your business, and actually I just got off we just had a podcast episode with a CPA, accountant, bookkeeper, and financial consultant in the tree care industry that I met at the TCIA Expo recently. And he was gracious enough to come on and share his story about kind of what's working with the tree service businesses and who he works with and how it helps them with their tax preparation, all that stuff. So maybe it's time to look at somebody like that to help you to, make those decisions on your equipment and the financing. Because if you get to a certain level, you're doing, 500,000, 800,000, $1 million, 2 million, 3 million, you kind of need somebody to talk to and kind of, maybe run things by to see if it's a good idea to buy this or buy that. But what we discussed in that podcast episode was like, when your equipment starts getting older, you have more headaches and more breakdowns and more maintenance. So that actually loses you money if you're not making money with your equipment. So sometimes it's better just to get new equipment, especially if you have the revenue and the cash flow coming into your business. As you get busier and you're growing your business, that makes the most sense, because now you got the most efficient equipment, the best equipment, the least amount of breakdowns, least amount of maintenance type equipment. So those types of things are really good to start looking at right now. A lot of you guys probably went to TCIA Expo. I was there. We had a booth there. It was really fun. We got to see a lot of our current clients, got to see a lot of other people there too, and just see all the equipment. I love looking at the equipment. We were actually right next to Boffinger, like the I forgot the exact name, but the humongous grapple trucks. They were right next to us, and we were watching people look at those things all day long in amazement of how big they are and what all they do. But so right now is a good time to look at your equipment and maybe some sorts of financing options you have for that equipment. We've got great resources for that. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, or if you're listening to it on the podcast, reach out to us. We've got good equipment financing companies that you can contact. We could happily pass your name over or send their contact information to you if you're looking to do something like that. At least put the feelers out there, start getting approved, and start getting those things kind of in action, because it may take a few months to find something that you need and locate it and actually get it delivered and things like that. So look at new equipment. What's going to make you more efficient? So a lot of these bigger pieces of equipment, it is a humongous expense, right, for your business. So sometimes you want to look at, how many jobs am I turning down? Or how many jobs am I not able to complete? Or how much quicker would I be able to do all of this work if I got X piece of equipment, right? Or maybe you need 2 pieces of equipment, or maybe you need to replace some older equipment, things like that. Just start thinking about those things and kind of write them down, and then start looking out there for the different options of equipment that you need, get pricing on them, and see if you can get some financing options in place. We've got some really good contacts for you there. So if you need that, let me know. Happy to send their information over to you. Number 3, which is a biggie, if you really want to grow your business, is online and offline marketing to really grow your tree service business for next year. So now is a great time to start looking at all of that. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we have a complete 2023 digital marketing plan webinar. It's going to be free, just like this one. It's just all free content, things that you can see. And we're going to show you exactly what's working in today's online world with the tree service space, arborist space, plant healthcare space. And that way you kind of know what's working online, as far as like what to put on your website, how your website needs to look and flow, what types of Google ads, Google local service ads, Google guaranteed, social media ads, YouTube, all of those things you need to be doing online, email marketing, reputation management, getting a lot of Google reviews, all that stuff goes into play with all of your digital marketing and kind of your web presence. And your web presence is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck if it's done correctly. So sometimes you can do it incorrectly. Maybe you've been burned in the past with an agency or any other type of marketing service or piecemeal service that you might have done in the past. But it's a good time right now to look at what you need to do for next year to grow. And so we're going to have a complete, nothing held back webinar next week. It's going to be Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern next week. So you can look forward, if you're in the Tree Service Marketing Seekers Facebook group, I'm going to put an event out there. It's also on the Tree Service Digital Facebook page. We've already got an event for that webinar for next Friday, December 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And, but would love to have you there. We're going to go over everything for digital marketing. If you guys have any questions right now, you can pop them in the chat. If you don't, that's fine too. Happy to answer any questions. But look at your online and offline marketing. The other thing you could look at too with your marketing is not just the online marketing, but also offline marketing, like maybe some direct mail. Maybe you want to start piecing that into your marketing sequences so that people are getting your message in inboxes, right? They're getting it in their actual mailbox, their physical mailbox. And every time they go to the mailbox, or, once a month, twice a quarter, whatever, they see your marketing piece, it's going to just be another impression, right? It's going to get you more calls coming in and more visibility to your business and building that brand in your local community. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, because we do this every day, if you focus on your immediate area and maybe a 10 to 15 mile radius, and you do direct mail, all the digital, people can't help but remember your tree company because you're everywhere, right? And your trucks are wrapped. So the same messaging, the same logo, the same look and feel is on all these different mediums and platforms. That's what's going to help grow your business, right? Not just buying leads from a third-party lead provider like Home Advisor, Thumbtack. I think Angie owns Home Advisor now. So Angie, networks, all these different places out there to just buy leads. That's really just going to kind of be a hamster wheel. You're going to have to keep buying leads to keep getting calls and keep getting jobs coming in, because the problem with those platforms is that people have to go to those platforms first, submit their information, and then they don't really know what 3 to 5, 6 tree companies are going to be calling them, right? Whereas if they're getting your direct mail piece directly in their mailbox, if they're seeing your ads on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, et cetera, they're seeing your Google ads, your Google map listing with 200 reviews on it, your website, they're going to remember your brand. That's how you really build your brand and build your marketing as a whole, like a comprehensive marketing approach. So we're going to be going over all that next Friday, December 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll be able to find it in the Tree Service Marketing Seekers Facebook group. We're also going to send out some email invites as well. So I just wanted to go through number 3 is all of your marketing, right? Make sure you get a plan in place for next year so that you're not having to scramble come springtime, right? It's good to get these things in place early. Number 4 is a customer database. Maybe you've been running your business for a while, just kind of the old way on paper, written estimates, things like that, where you're just dropping off estimates, dropping off invoices, things like that, right? Well, in today's digital age, there's a lot of online tools that work really, really well for your tree service business. There's ArboStar, which I did a whole demo and overview of ArboStar. It's on the YouTube channel if you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. It helps our channel get more visibility and things like that. But also, we're coming out with more marketing content and expert interviews over the next couple of weeks. So I think you'll like those and enjoy those and get value out of those. But we did a whole demo on ArboStar, which is basically a customer database, a contact database for your tree service company, where you can message people when you're on the way to the job. You can send digital estimates on email. You can send digital invoices out to pay the bill. You can send requests to give you a Google review after the job's completed. All these little things to help automate and then help your business online and just make everything easier, right? Once you learn how to use the tool and your whole team uses the same tool, everybody can log into the same sheet of music and see the same thing. Like, you've done work for Sally Jones at 123 Main Street. You've been over there 4 times. This is what you did all 4 times you were over there. So whenever the call taker takes the call, now you've got a database and a snapshot of that customer. Oh, hey, Sally Jones. And actually the phone number that they're calling in from is recognized by the software. And then it pulls up their profile. So while the call taker's on the phone, they're just smarter with that customer on the phone, if that makes sense. If you can visualize that, it's so much more efficient. And it's like you're building a relationship when they call. Oh, yeah, Sally, it looks like we were out there about 6 months ago. We trimmed 3 of your trees in the backyard and 1 of the trees in the front yard. It looks like we removed a little tree too, or ground up a stump for you in the front yard too. Is that right? Yeah, you're over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, what can we do for you this time? So they can see all of that, right? It's all the notes as far as all that goes. And I think it's got this really awesome global mapping software that shows tree inventories in people's yards. It's pretty slick. That's one of them, ArboStar. There's several others. There's really basic ones like jobber.com, which I would say, if you need the least possible tool to use, get that one. At least it does the digital invoices, digital estimates, customer database, all that stuff, right? So at least you get something in place. But all these things work and they really help you grow your business, because honestly, I don't see how you can really grow your business and be very intelligent about all the things that you need to do unless you have some sort of software that just helps you be more efficient. And the other thing this thing does too is these types of softwares. I think there's Single Ops, there's Arbor Gold, there's several of them. There's 4 or 5 main ones, but The one that I saw as most intuitive and the easiest to start off with was ArboStar, but it also helps you schedule your jobs the most efficient way. So, crew one is going over here, then crew one's going over here, then crew one's going over here. These are the 3 jobs you're going to tackle today. And this is the order in which you need to go do them, because this is the most efficient route. And then crew 2 is going to these jobs, that job, this job, and it just has the most efficient routes for people. So what they can do is amazing. And it just makes everybody work more efficient and smarter inside your tree service business. So I'd highly encourage looking at customer databases for next year. If you haven't implemented that, they're pretty minimal cost, guys. I mean, they're $200 or $300 a month for like the entry level package. So you're talking about $2,000 or $3,000 a year to make your business just really way more efficient, right? And everything's in one place. I can't tell you how much easier it is to maintain your staff, to maintain your jobs every day, to maintain customer communication, and to build a list of customers. That list of customers is so valuable 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, especially not even that you would even ever be looking to sell your business, but if you ever did want to sell your business, one of the first things a buyer is going to want to see is a database, right? Do you have a database of your customers? Oh yeah, by the way, we do. We use ArboStar, we use Jobber, we use Single Ops. Here's all of our customers in here. This is the jobs that we've done. Here's the schedule we have. Like, it shows everything, your calendar. I can't tell you how much easier it's going to take. It's going to make your business if you just put one of those into place. So if you're going to ramp up your marketing, one of these types of tools will help you be a lot more efficient with like your day-to-day jobs and things like that. So I would highly encourage just looking at one of those, right? Maybe just experimenting with it. They're not really that hard to use. Minimum viable product, you can at least enter everybody's name, address, email, and phone number in the tool. And that'll just help you just kind of know where everybody's stuff's at, right? You can always look up any customer based on the phone number they're calling in off of, any of that stuff. It just makes it way, way, way more efficient for your business. And then anytime you have employee turnover, office manager turnover, et cetera, guess what? They plug right back into the system. And as soon as they learn how to use the system within a month or two, they know how to do everything for your business. So when you have that tool, everything's not just in somebody's head or in manila folders in the office. It's actually in this digital tool where everybody can have access to the same thing. So it's awesome. And they have an app for your phone, most of them. So you have like an app on your phone, so you kind of can do the same thing on your phone as you would do from a computer. It's awesome. Like what I've seen is those things, just any business that wants to grow has to have this, because that is the only real way you have intelligent access and information to really grow, right? So really, really helps. I'd highly encourage you to take a look at that. And last but not least is accounting and bookkeeping. So if you guys, are looking for an accounting or bookkeeping, of course, we got some good contacts for you there. But accounting and bookkeeping and tax strategy and tax planning, financial consulting, these things are huge for your tree service company, especially, once you start getting up there in revenue, $1 million, $3 million, $5 million in revenue. I mean, you really need a good tax planner that does all of that in addition to accounting and bookkeeping, because accounting and bookkeeping, of course, those are important, keeping good books and things like that. But a real good tax planner and tax strategist are going to help you save a lot of money in taxes, right? And everybody pays their fair share of taxes, but you don't want to tip the government, right? You don't want to tip them. You want to pay your fair share. So a lot of these people are very, very well versed in the tree service space out there. And we've just did a podcast. If you're interested in kind of hearing about the ins and outs of what he recommends in the tree service space and things like that, his interview with Joe that I just did, actually was earlier today. It should be on the YouTube channel tomorrow. But he's actually an accountant bookkeeper in the tree service space. He works virtually with tree service companies all over the United States. So you don't have to be in the same backyard as your accountant and bookkeeper anymore. Used to be that way. Some people still prefer it that way. Hey, I can go meet with them at their office, things like that, but it's not necessary in today's digital age. So that's another thing that I would look for. Right now is a good time to start kind of looking into that, especially if you're having some pain points right now with your current accountant, bookkeeper. I can tell you just as a personal experience with our business, like getting the right bookkeeping and accounting will make your life so much easier. So if you can find the same relationship now for next year in 2023, just cut your losses now with, whoever's not doing what they're supposed to do for your business, it would be a good time to start looking at that now for 2023 coming up. So I can't stress that enough, because it's made a big difference in our world over here. And a lot of a lot of our clients too. They notice that when they get a good bookkeeping and accounting firm and a tax planner, more importantly, a tax strategist and a consultant that help you kind of, reduce your tax burden by doing smart strategies for your business. And right now is a good time anyway to start looking at equipment, probably for the end of the year. So anything that you're looking for, going back to number 2, equipment and financing, this is a good time to look at that stuff. You get a full month because today's December 1st. So, but anyway, thanks so much for joining us today. Again, we're at the end of this now, and I just wanted to kind of do a high-level overview of the things to look for 2023, kind of your overview 2023 business plan for tree service. So if you're on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our channel. We got plenty more videos coming up. And also next Friday, December 9th at 2 p.m., we're going to be going over your 2023 digital marketing plan. It's literally everything you need to be doing online to get the best results to grow your business next year. And I look forward to doing that. We're putting together the slides, getting everything put in there so you can see a good visual of that. So we're working hard on that for you. So hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we will talk to you on the next video. Thanks so much.